Hi, my name is Ostas Eweka Smith, and this is the 2021 Edmonton this is the 2021 Virtual Natural Hair Show. And this session today, right now, is about creating a healthy hair care regimen for you, and just how to go about that, and the step-by-step in terms of washing your hair, moisturizing your hair, and so on and so forth. So when I think about a healthy hair care regimen, I think about I think about cost. I think about the amount of money it costs for products that you need to take care of your hair. I also like to think about it from a place of time. It does take time to take care of your natural hair, whether that's like putting braids in or doing the leave-in conditioner and stuff like that, or deep conditioning. Time is definitely a factor in having a good hair care regimen. A third factor is effort, right? So how busy is your schedule? What else do you have going on in your life? And are you looking for a regimen that is really simple, very basic, but still gives you the results of healthy hair? Or you're looking for something more in-depth and hands-on and time-consuming? So those are the three things that I think about when I think about creating a healthy hair care regimen. Definitely, those things are also guided by what is your goal, right? What is your overarching goal that you're trying to achieve with your hair? For example, with me some years back, when I did my big chop for the 100th time, when I did a big chop for the 100th time, my goal at the time was I just wanted to grow my hair to a length that was long enough so I can put it in a bun anytime, every time, all day, every day. And I worked at that goal, and I reached that goal. Now for the past several years, I just put my hair in a bun and I just go about my day playing sports, running errands, raising kids, and doing community events and stuff like that. Because I'm a very low-key, low-maintenance person, I don't need a regimen that is really time-consuming. So if you're looking for a healthy hair care regimen, you have to think, what is your pocket like? Are you looking to spend a lot of money? Are you looking for something that is simple, or you don't mind if it's time-consuming? And do you have time, the effort to dedicate to it, and so on and so forth? So for this session, I'm going to take it from the top, and talk about the different steps that we go through in taking care of our hair, and what a regimen should look like, and how you can put it together at the end of the session. All right, so taking it from the top, pre-cleansing. You could, before shampooing your hair, it's okay to do a pre-poo where you use, for me, I use coconut oil. It really gets in there into my hair and, block off those spaces where water will, take instead. So my hair doesn't consume too much water, and I have that hydro fatigue and problem. So that is that's one way you could do that. And then when you move from that, shampooing your hair, some people believe that they don't have to shampoo their hair weekly, or they feel that they have time only to shampoo their hair once a month, once every 2 months. Everybody's different. And for me, what scientifically works for me and for my time is weekly. I wash my hair weekly as much as I can. I try. Wanting to do it, not wanting to do it is one thing. Not having the time to do it when you want to do it is another thing. So I do like to wash my hair weekly. I need to wash my hair weekly for different reasons, but I don't always have the time to wash my hair weekly. I have 2 kids. I have a toddler and a couple of months old baby. So life is busy, and we all work and so on and so forth. So because of that, I don't always have the time to wash my hair weekly, but I like to wash my hair weekly though. So that's important to my hair care routine. So I put that in there. I think the longest I have gone, I don't remember the longest I have gone without washing my hair, But I think I've gone at least up to 3 weeks without washing my hair. Maybe we are traveling or something. I don't know. But normally I like to do at least 1 week. So I pluck that. So it's like pre-poo, okay. Weekly washing, okay. Those two things are part of my regimen. And then you continue to build it out and add to it. The third thing is conditioning, right? So when it comes to conditioning, are you conditioning in the shower? Are you, as you're washing, shampooing, and after shampooing, you do what I call the shower conditioning? Or are you doing the deep conditioning? And for me, I do a deep conditioning treatment every 4 to 6 weeks. And it really depends on if my hair needs protein, or if it needs more like moisture focused. And so I do that, and every 4 to 6 weeks. That's part of my regimen. So you have your pre-poo, you have your weekly wash, and if you do wash your hair weekly, and then you have your every couple of months, every couple of weeks deep conditioning. And so you take that and you continue to build on it. The next step that we do with our hair is moisturizing, right? So where does your moisturizing process fit into your system? Are you moisturizing weekly? Are you moisturizing monthly? Are you moisturizing daily? I feel that this is one of the biggest areas where natural hair care folks, where we suffer and see our hair start to lose health, because we might not have the time and energy and resources, whether that's money and products, to put the right moisturizing regimen as part of our hair care plan. For me, I moisturize my hair. So I do my weekly wash. I do my every couple of weeks deep conditioning. Every once in a while, I'll deep condition my hair in the shower. I'll condition my hair in the shower with the regular conditioner. So when it comes to moisturizing, I know my hair. I like to keep my hair moisturized. My hair needs moisture like every fourth day onward, every fourth or fifth day. So I always try to have time for that and build that into my healthcare regimen. I know that, okay, this week I shampooed my hair, I deep conditioned it, I clarified it, and then I shampooed it and deep conditioned it, and I'm putting moisture, putting hydration in it now and locking in and moisturizing that in. And so when I do that, when I put moisture in my hair, my hair stays moisturized for 4 days. It's by the end of the 4th day that it starts to feel dry again, that it needs more life, it needs to be supple again. So then I go back and do another level of putting hydration in my hair and locking in that hydration with moisturizing products. When it comes to styling, I like to keep it simple with my hair particularly, but everybody's different. And if you have a professional job that you like to go to, that you like to do your hair different styles for, or maybe you're going to school, there are different things you can do, different styles you can do for your hair. For me, less is more in most aspects, in terms of the less I'm touching my hair, the better I am, the happier my hair is. The less often I have to do a style, the happier my hair is, the happier I am as well. So I'm not having to work on my hair. So I personally tend to do styles that will last at least a week long, right? So 2-strand twists can last a week long. Braids, cornrows with my own hair can last a week long. Braids with extensions can last a week long. So that way I'm not touching my hair every day and I'm not playing with it every day. Even today, leaving my hair out, which I often don't do, it's often in a bun or braid it up somehow. For me, my problem is I play with my hair a lot. I could be like watching TV or playing with the kids and just be doing this to my hair all the time, and playing with my hair and twirling it. and my hair doesn't need that abuse, because I unconsciously do that. It's a habit from university days when you're studying at the library and you're just kind of like, your mind is thinking of your books and your study, you're just playing with your hair while you're writing and studying. So that habit is still with me. So I tend to do styles that keep my ends tucked away. So cornrows, for example, or 2-strand twist, then I park up my hair. So that's styling. Choose styling that where you don't have to do your hair every single day, because a majority of the issues that we face with our hair is breakage, and breakage comes from too much manipulation, right? You're constantly touching your hair, braiding it, washing it, doing different things to it. That can cause it to break and get damaged, and you don't get those ends back once they break off, right? So reducing the amount of how much you have to style your hair helps and goes a long way. So you have your pre-cleansing, you have your cleansing shampoo, you have your conditioning and your moisturizing and your styling. Next, and throw it all together and see how it fits for your particular schedule. Are you an athlete, like a rec athlete that you play volleyball, you play football, soccer, you're busy, you don't know how this is going to work out, or are you a professional, you're out networking all the time, you don't have time to be babysitting your hair, and so you work it out based on your own schedule, because everybody is so different. So what is that goal? What is that hair goal you're trying to achieve? Is it length? Is it health? Is it just to get a hang of, getting used to caring for your hair by yourself, that you want to do it regularly enough so that you get used to it? So what is your end goal for your natural hair, and so on and so forth? So a daily, weekly maintenance could look like, when you wake up in the morning, you have your spritzer with your maybe glycerin in it. It's half glycerin, half water, and you spray your hair. You massage that in, and you put your products, your selling products in it, and then you seal in that moisture, and then you go about your day. What is your daily? How do you have time every day to wake up in the morning, spend that 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes doing your hair? Are you that kind of a person? Or do you just want to wake up, brush your teeth, put on your clothes, maybe take like 5 seconds and do this, or do something with your hair and get out the door? So it all depends. So don't be envious of people out there who have these regimens and routine when it doesn't really, in reality, work to your schedule, because everybody's different. Your money situation is different than that other person's. Your time is very different compared to how much time they might or might not have. Your effort, the amount of energy to do a deep conditioning, to do clarifying and all of that stuff is different for you. And of course, your hair goal is very different compared to the next person. So comparing is not always apple to apple. So just leave that at the door off the bat, so you're not wasting your time and energy stressing on that. When it comes to healthy hair care regimen, another thing that is really important is what you do at nighttime to your hair. So you don't want to spend all this time during the day caring for your hair, putting products in it, giving it the right nutrients that it needs to thrive. And then when you go to bed without taking care of it. So what does it really mean to take care of your hair at bedtime and have a nighttime routine, right? Again, this can be slightly different for everybody. For me, what I sometimes do is I lock in moisture in my hair before bed, and I put my hair in 2-strand twists, so that when I wake up in the morning, if I want to take out the twist, I can have an afro, I can have a twist out. Or if I want to just take out the twist in the morning so I can have length to put up my hair in a bun, or then I'll have that readily available. I can just untwist and put in a bun and go. And that way too, when I'm also sleeping, like my hair is not like flying everywhere. It's protected a little bit in the strand, in the 2-strand twist. So having your hair in a protective style while you sleep is helpful. Another nighttime routine or activity could be locking moisture in your hair at nighttime is helpful. Definitely wrapping your hair when you sleep. I personally, some people have the pillowcase, the silk and satin pillowcase that they swear by. Some people have the bonnet, some people have the scarves, and so on and so forth. If I'm to categorize myself personally, I'm a scarf person. Different things work for different people. People swear by different things. So find what works for you. For example, for me, the pillowcase doesn't work because if I don't have the time to sleep on the pillow, if I'm using a pillow at the beginning of my sleep, I might end up in the morning with the pillow on the floor or somewhere else in the room, right? So that doesn't always work. And I also don't like my hair being loose and out. It gets in my face, and I lean on it and it hurts and all of those things. So I just always like to pack my hair away. So if that's what works for you, if the pillowcase works for you, great, do it. That's great. Another protection at nighttime is the bonnet. So it's a cap you wear on your head and your hair is free flowing inside. If that's what works for you, great, do that. For me, since I like to maintain a style for as long as I can before I have to take out the style again, I prefer to use a scarf. The difference between a bonnet and a scarf is that when you have a bonnet, yes, it protects your hair from getting caught in your pillowcase and things like that. But a scarf is much better to keep your style in place than a bonnet will keep your style in place. Both scarf and pillowcase and bonnet protect your hair from getting caught on regular bed sheets and pillows and stuff like that. But in terms of protecting your style, keeping it nice and tight, for me, what has worked is a scarf. Because when you put on a bonnet, you have space, right? Your hair is free moving and free flowing in there. Your hair can be smooshed around and so on and so forth. But when you have a scarf tied on your head, everything stays in place like this pretty much, right? There's not much room for movement, for your hair to move and be free. If you have cornrows, it keeps your cornrows down. If you have two-strand twists, it keeps them down and locked. Nothing is moving around as much. That when you wake up in the morning, your style is intact and it lasts longer. I've had braids, like extension braids or braids with my own hair for weeks, and people are like, "Oh, your hair looks like you just did it 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago." It's like, no, I don't. It's because I take care of it when I go to bed at nighttime. So those are just some steps to consider when you are thinking about building a healthy hair care regimen. It's like, okay, what does your pre-cleansing process look like? What does your cleansing process look like? What does your conditioning process look like? What does your moisturizing and styling processes look like? And what about your daily routine and your weekly and nighttime routine look like? And all of those things are the different ways that we take care of our hair, from pre-cleansing to nighttime routine. And you can pretty much base it out and figure out your plan based on what your financial situation is, what your time demand, what your time is, how much time you have to dedicate to your plan, and how much effort you want to put into your plan. And number one, primarily, first and foremost, what is your goal? What is your hair goal? Does your hair need more protein? Is that your goal, to be more consistent in doing that and giving your hair that it needs? Is your goal length, to do more consistent activities and steps to help you get to that length, and then putting it all together to get to that goal. That is all. Another thing that I would like to mention is when it comes to building a healthy hair care regimen for yourself, is just know that less is more in terms of manipulation, because that is a big problem with natural hair. A lot of the issues that people face has to do with when they are self-styling, self-managing their hair. yes, your genetics has already done what it's going to do for your hair. You have no control over that. Products cannot fix, half of your issues because those are not repairable. Like split ends, for example. Once your hair is like, then there's no way to save it. You can temporarily save it and mash it together temporarily, but it's not going to last. So the best result is just to cut it and let that split go. So products are not going to solve all your problems. What is going to solve half of your problems is how you handle your strands every day, and the amount of tension and stress and trauma that you put on it. And that wraps it up. I hope this tip helps somebody out there, and thank you for tuning in. Take care.